Matt in Toronto writes in and asks a very timely question. Is Weezer the Borderlands of bands? Good when they're good, annoyingly awful when they're bad. If not them, then who? I think you are underselling. Look, I don't even really like Weezer all that much anymore. In fact, I have a real disdain for Weezer in this day and age. But there's still so many. Like, those first couple of albums were good enough that I get mad when I read this. The highs are higher. Good Weezer is like Hall of Fame level good. Good Borderlands is, yeah, this could be better. So I think that there's a pretty big, there's just a, I don't think your thing works out. But who is the Borderlands of bands? I don't know, man. Like, what is Borderlands if we break it down? Not taking into account anything that they're about to release, but just, Borderlands as we know it today. MXPX. That's a really fucked up thing to say about MXPX. I'm going to say. Imagine Dragons. No, because, Imagine Dragons isn't Andrew WK. Okay. So, yeah. Andrew WK. And it's I don't mean to be shit-talking Andrew WK per se here. But there is an over-the-topness in a way that you're like, what? That I get where you're coming from. That's like you're that I don't think that's 100% right, because I feel like it does a disservice to Andrew WK. But it's right there. Andrew WK, there's what you need to really be the Borderlands of bands, I think, is to be there's a lack of self-awareness that has to come out, that where you're just like, oh yeah, we're doing this because we think this stuff rules and we think this stuff is super fucking funny. We saw these jokes on the internet and we talk like that. And there's just a lack of self-awareness. Green Day. Yeah, okay. Methods of Mayhem. Yeah, yes. Okay, Methods of Mayhem. I like Methods of Mayhem, but Methods of Mayhem kind of sucks. Kind of. Actually really sucks. But there's a handful, the tracks with Crystal Method are good, but they're good because they're tracks with Crystal Method. But yeah, it's Borderlands is this kind of we're all in on this style of humor and that's it, man. And we're not, this is not a joke other than the part where we think it's all jokes, but we think it's all really good. And that can't be true, right? There had to be people that worked on Borderlands 3 that were just like, fuck, what are we doing? Fuck. The Bloodhound Gang. Is Bloodhound Gang the Borderlands of bands? No, I think Jimmy Pop gets it. And Jimmy Pop knows what he's doing. Jimmy Pop is too fucking, he's too smart for, is Jimmy Pop the Randy Pitchford of jokey rap rock bands? No. Again, you're doing a disservice to Jimmy Pop here. You're doing Jimmy Pop dirty. And I refuse to allow it. Daddy Longlegs, however, there you go. Wolfpack. The spin-off, the guy who left Bloodhound Gang right before they broke big to start his other group, and then they were ICP, Gathering of the Juggalos, Stage 3 favorites or whatever. Daddy Longlegs and his group Wolfpack, where they're just like, we are these fucking strippers. We got all these fucking hard-edged songs and they're tough. Also, naked ladies. Wolfpack is the Borderlands of bands. But Wolfpack's not popular enough. Like Borderlands is like very, very popular, or has been over the years. Ween is not a good fit for this. Riffraff. Is Riffraff, like, I don't know, like Riffraff should be a character. I mean, the Torg guy in Borderlands just kind of looked like Riffraff, but just talked tough. I don't know. We've stretched this beyond its limit. We can't have this conversation anymore. Ween. I feel like it's Diplo. Pat says it's Diplo. Yeah. That's I don't believe in guilty pleasures, but if I had to say something that was a guilty pleasure for me, it is probably Diplo. There are some tracks that Diplo worked on and was responsible for that I actually think are quite good. And I find that frustrating for a couple of different reasons. But God damn it. When Diplo first broke on this, look, I cannot have a long conversation about Diplo right now. I just cannot. What about the album he did with Dirt Nasty and Andy Milonakis and Riff Raff? What about, he produced one of those tracks on that album. Three Loco? Is that what they were called themselves? Three Loco? Yes, Three Loco. Andy Milonakis, Dirt Nasty, and Riff Raff, and then Diplo put out that record. And then Diplo rapped on on one of the tracks as well. It was not good. It was not good, but that's not his forte. Anyway, that Three Loco album is fun. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's good, but it was a good time. I don't think I'm guessing it did not hold up very well at all. Yeah, they had to change that Farmers track because they were using the thing from the Farmers Insurance commercial, and they could not get away with it. I just like it when ladies put their legs on the wall and go upside down and make their butts shake all weird. Is that wrong? Diplo brought that to us in a mainstream way. Congratulations. Diplo's at least partially responsible for that. Anyway,